everybody, welcome back to my modern homestead, whether you're new or whether you're returning. Today we're doing a special recipe. I don't really have a recipe for it, but if you've been around here for a while, for the last 2 or 3 Christmases, you know that we commonly do Christmas around the world. Well, this year we're just kind of squeezing in a few countries, and I'm paying homage to Mexico today. And I want to try a recipe. Like I said, I don't have the recipe. I'm just calling it that, for baked street corn. So let me show you what we're going to use to get started. And while I'm working on this, I've got a youth supper I've got to get ready for tonight. So we're going to be working on chili and sausage balls for that also. But anyway, let's get down here and look. Okay, to start with, we're going to use this. Last time I made this, I used the MexiCorn or the Southwest corn, but the other day when I was looking for that, I found this, and this is Mexican style street corn. So I decided we'll try it with this. The only thing I didn't like about this is that it's a little bit spicy, but I think it's okay. So what I did is took 3 14.75 ounce cans and drained them super well. Actually elicited that for us. So we're going to put this into a bowl that we're going to bake this in. And I'm not messing up a bunch of dishes. I'm going to mix it all up in this one. How easy is that? Okay, now I'm going to put just a little squirt of lime juice in this. Not much, just enough to, stay in the bowl, brighten up the flavor a little bit. Then we're going to add a little bit of mayonnaise. You could use some sour cream or cream cheese, whatever makes you happy. A combination of some of them. We're just going to start with that. Maybe between 1/4 and 1/2 of a cup. I'm not going to close it. We'll leave it right there. Then it's already spicy, but I want to add just a few more spices to it just to make it mine. This is a little bit of paprika. We're not measuring, just a little over the top. And I pulled out the chili powder, but I tasted this corn before I got started. It's really spicy. Not hot, but just spicy, so I'm not going to put that in there. I mean, it's got a little bit of heat to it, but nothing too terrible. And then 1 or 2 teaspoons of parsley flakes, a little sprinkle of cumin, okay, it doesn't like to come out of that bottle, and just a little bit of garlic, and this is garlic powder. All right, and one thing I have discovered in recent years is that I love cotija cheese. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. C-O-T-I-J-A. And I'm not measuring this either, but I like it. So here we go. And then all we have to do is mix it up. I'm not going to bore you watching me mix it, but I am going to go turn on the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. The last time I made this, I'm so crazy. I didn't write down the recipe. I just thought of it, and I was like, oh, that just sounds delicious. So I put it all together, put it in the pan, mixed it up, and we ate it. And then I realized I never wrote it down. But it was really good. Like I said, you can use that MexiCorn mix, that Southwest corn. I know that's really good. But I think this will be fine too. And the amount of mayonnaise and the amount of cheese is totally to taste, whatever you would like. Now, you don't want it soupy, of course, but you do want it well coated. just like the corn on the cob would be if you bought it off the street. I have some friends from our old church. They make Mexican street corn all the time, just the corn on the cob. Oh, so good. Well, I mean, that's what I call it. I don't know if that's actually what it is, but they do put the mayonnaise on it. I'll put just a little more cheese. And just a touch more mayonnaise. Maybe a tablespoon. That's it, you guys. Let's get it all mixed up. Now, while I'm mixing this, what can you eat it with? You guys, it's easy. Anything you would eat corn with, you could eat this with. But if you want a Mexican-themed dinner, make tacos or burritos, quesadillas. All of those would be terrific with it. Now, I am making this just for my family. I'm not making it to go with what I'm taking to the church for the youth dinner. Okay. My friend Brooke and my friend Chad, they wouldn't be able to eat this. They can't handle any spice. So there we go. I'm going to give it just a little taste to see if we need any salt. There's nothing in here we have to worry about. Mm-mm. Whoops. No salt needed. That is really good. If you're one that doesn't like the spice, though, remember, use the other corn. Perfection. Right. We're going to put this in a 350-degree oven for about 25 to 30 minutes. Just let it get good and hot, and you're ready to go. One thing I am going to do is just clean the sides up a little bit before we pop it into the oven so it's not really yucky looking when we pull it out. Because, you know, stuff bakes on. Okay. And it will still bake on, but not all the way to the top and messy looking. Here we go. Now, while those are cooking, I'm going to go ahead and mix up the sausage balls. And y'all, this is one of my most watched videos on my channel, is where I did sausage balls. And these are absolutely delicious. And I'm going to make them again. I made them just the other day. There's no more left. I took them to church. And we had some at home. I think I took them to church. Maybe I didn't. Oh, goodness. Who knows? I don't remember. But anyway, we're doing a double batch today. Well, I like to start with hot sausage, your favorite brand. So, here we go. And because it's a double batch, I will use 4 cups of sharp cheddar cheese. I like to shred my own and use it. It does better. Hey, if you don't have the time and you can't, use what you got. See if you can get the bag open. There we go. All the cheese. And then we're going to use 2 boxes of the Cheddar Bay biscuit mix. And then we're going to put a little twist on it once I get this all in there. Not a big difference, but something I want to do. Now this biscuit mix, have to be careful. There's 2 bags in there. The first bag is this mix, and then there's a little foil packet that is the seasoning. So don't forget that. That's the magic. Okay. Oops. Don't leave that in there. That's not tasty. Here's that one. And let's get the other one. Okay, there we go. Both mixes are in here. And I was sitting here thinking, what did I do with that last batch of sausage balls? And we just ate them. Okay, now I'm going to add a little bit more paprika. This is going to give the sausage balls a deep, rich color. And that little extra flavor never hurt. And then I'm going to add about that much parsley flakes. Maybe just a little more. About a tablespoon and a half. And there we go. All that's left to do is to mix this up. But before we do that, I'm going to put on an apron and pull up my hair. Okay, now that's much better. Now, while I'm working on this, I've got Alyssa, excuse me, I've got Alyssa back behind me frying up the meat for the chili. I asked my son what he wanted me to bring tonight, and that was his request. Not the chili, but the sausage balls. I told him I was making the chili. And every time I ask him, he always says sausage balls, but I've never made them. So I said, it's special. It's the last meeting before Christmas. I'll make them. And this just takes a minute. You just have to work with it and work with it and work with it. And soon enough, the heat from your hands will cause everything to just come together in a nice big ball. But just keep mixing until it does. If it's still crumbly and falling apart, it's not ready. It's a little harder when you use the store-bought shredded cheese because because of the coating, the anti-caking coating on the cheese. It just makes it harder to work into here. If you grate your own cheese, it's softer and it melts into the other ingredients better. I said melt, not melted cheese, but just works into the other ingredients. We're almost there, but we've still got some that's not mixed in. Okay, 10 to 12 minutes, and we've got it all mixed together, and it's perfect timing. My 1 minute warning on my corn just went off, so we're going to check on it. This is what you're going after. Clean bowl, everything mixed together, no dry ingredients. This is perfect. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on it so it doesn't dry out too much and let it go for another 5 minutes. Just a couple minutes until that's done. But I wanted to show you, when I take the sausage balls to an event, I like to use the cookie scoop to measure them out. That way they are about the same size. And they're a little bit smaller so that they go further in a crowd. For these, I'm using about a scoop and a half. You by no means have to be precise. When I'm doing them for home, I don't measure them at all, and I make them a little bit bigger. One scoop and a little bit more. You can also buy the bigger scoops, and I wish I had one, but this is all I've got. There we go. We'll just keep going until they're all done, and that corn will come out before we're done. Let's take a peek, y'all. Oh, yum. It's just starting to bubble a little on the sides. Perfection. Let's see if we can get a picture for the thumbnail. Look at there, you guys. Oh, it's perfection. It's just starting to bubble on the edges. I can't wait to taste it. Okay, got a clean spoon. Let's see. We're going in. Oh, hot. The dish is hot. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. That's awesome. Just when you think it's about to get really hot, the heat disappears. Oh, amazing. Let's keep rolling, y'all. Alyssa's got our meat done for the chili. And that chili is so easy to make. If you want to see how to make it, make sure you check out the card in the upper corner. No. Yes, this corner over here. So we'll just keep rolling. Keep those balls a rolling. Roll them up, move them out. Touch ball. Okay, the second pan is all rolled up, waiting on the first pan to come out of the oven, and we are all done, y'all. Okay, the first pan is out of the oven. We're cooking the second pan, and we're just letting the chili simmer until we head out tonight. Thank you all so much for joining me today. You know I love it when you come and spend a few minutes with me. So until we meet again, may you be blessed. Love you guys.